Alright, hi everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of making a 3D platformer in Godot. I hope you all enjoyed that. So, my original plan was I had a long 30-minute clip of me doing commentary, and I lost the commentary because I wasn't recording my audio. And then the last third of it was basically accomplishing what you just saw. So, you have these guys, they're called Enbiggeners because they embiggen, they all have the same script. Basically just, if the thing has already been used, okay, so if it hasn't been used already, then it embiggens, and otherwise it doesn't do anything. And so actually, and this probably shouldn't be in the player script, but that's where I keep all my scripts these days. So, comment this out. You can see if I jump on it the second, third, fourth time, nothing happens because it's already been jumped on. And so this one's the same thing. And, I made this game, and sometimes even I can't play it that well. Yeah, and as you get bigger, the effect starts to look worse. Basically because I still don't understand how collision layers work, so all of these triggers have to be slightly above the block they're in, because basically the way this code works is just if anything comes in, it triggers, and so we don't want the player randomly growing before they're ready, right? It's supposed to be a little bit of a surprise. Oh, and other fun fact, let me just player cube transform. Oh, actually, no, wait, this is, let me just quickly write down the transform here. Copy value. Can I just paste that? No. Okay, give me a sec. I will edit this out, don't worry. Okay, and start whatever it is. Keep going. So, if we play the game here, yeah, we'll see that, like, and then also I have a debug that just, yeah, I can make it as big as I want, and, eventually the game stops working because it's too big. And the reason it's getting so big is because it's, like, this is a lot, because it's multiplying by this every time it goes up. And I sort of dialed this in because I wanted the block to color the O in Godot. I think that'd be cool. But anyway, if we go into 3D mode and we move our cube over here, I'll show you something kind of cool, which is, oh, come on. Right, I also need to change the script. Yeah, respawn position. So respawn position equals. Yeah, okay. So heck. Okay, wait, what did I even? That is the key, right? Okay, there we go. So all of this text actually has collision, so I can jump on it. And then this gap is a little bit too wide to cross. You'll see that, yeah. But I think this definitely has potential for some sort of level. Here's the D in Godot. And we're back to the T. Okay, so yeah, not as impressive when it's not facing toward you. But yeah, everything still works. Anyway, let's dive in to how I made this text. So this is a thing you can do in Blender. Open. Yeah, so this is a thing you can do in Blender with 3D text. Let's go into edit mode or object mode. And here we go. This is a thing I was also trying. This was another idea I had for. Why is it not? Oh yeah. So this is another idea I had for the intro to this video. So you can see here in Blender this extrude setting. I lined up the D again, so you get to go into the D, and then it would be like, there'd be a put something here, and then that'd be the way to start the video. But the way that this works is there's just Shift A. Shift A, you can just put text in, right? Text, and then that text, among other things, has an extrude, so you can just pull that up and down and whatever. And that's basically just what I've done here, and then I rotate it a little bit so that it faced, so you get this effect of, I don't want this one. Because I wanted the, it's 3D text, but from certain angles it doesn't look 3D, so I wanted it to look 3D. Yeah, so that was going to be a thumbnail, but I found something I thought was more relevant. Anyway, you have this 3D text, and you can go down to material and new material. Let's call that test, right? And then we can do all kinds of stuff. So we can make it red. I don't know what half this stuff does. We can metallic. I like a lot for this, so we can make it metallic, right? And that gives it some more interest. There's a bunch of other stuff you can do. There we go, the text tool. Yeah, so I followed a tutorial. I'll link in the description. Here's something that's fun. If you put the resolution preview to 1, that's basically just like how curvy it is. And if you put it to 1, it's not curvy at all, so you get sort of a blocky version of that text. Alright, and then let's dang thing. Okay. And then if we want to take this text thing into Blender, all we have to do, right click, make sure you're in object mode. Right click, convert to mesh. Awesome. And then you can see if we go to edit mode, it's polygonal, yay! And then I believe that we want to get rid of duplicates, so that's just merge vertices by distance. I'm actually curious, did that do anything? Yeah, okay, so merge vertices by distance, you can see that halves the overall number of polygons with, as far as I can tell, no loss in detail. And then the other thing we want to do, now this is a polygon, put dash col here. And what that does, and this is very important, is give this collision. So the dash col tag just lets Godot know that this is supposed to have collision, and then it'll. I'm actually not sure what happens when I click save here, but we'll find out. Yeah, so you can see here text. If we rotate this, let's put it right there. Are you still recording? Perfect. Okay. So we can see here, this says text. Let's just put this in sort of inner level. You're allowed to do that in Godot. Lower down, yeah. Right there. Yeah. So if you run this level, whoa! Actually, this looks kind of cool, and I keep this. Yeah, so I can't jump on it because it's too low, and that falls into the bounding box we talk about later. But if we get bigger now, whoa, we can now explore a whole new world. And you might notice I'm going very slowly. That's because your player, like the amount of force, you know, your speed stays 5 no matter how big you are. Maybe I'll change that, but that's how it works for now. And then you can see over on the right, I'd have to move it up higher. But you can see over here that we can walk around here too. Probably won't use that in the actual level, but I just thought it was neat. And that's sort of how I did all this. Let's go back and just double check I explained the Enbiggeners correctly. So all of this stuff happens when you encounter one of these guys. So these are invisible triggers, and when you jump on them, it triggers, like, they all have the same script. So you can see this script is shared by all of these instances. And when it's, you know, when you jump on this, triggers the script, you get a little bit bigger, and this script over here is part of the player cube. And all that does is multiply your size by this number on all axes. And that number can change, it doesn't really matter. But I think that it worked for this instance. And then what I could do is, and this might break everything. Times speed times scale dot x. Because the scale is the same on all axes, I can just choose an axis and it'll work, hopefully. So if I try it now, there's an immediate difference. This is not super playable. Yeah, let's see if I can finish it though. I'm the developer, I should go through this. You know what? We'll make this a challenge mode executable. If you can beat this mode right here, you'll get, I don't know. Do you even need a prize? The prize is the developer can't beat it, and you can, and therefore you're cool. Okay, yeah, so we'll just make an export of that, put that on the itch page, and then put the actual, like, game that I wanted to make that works on the itch page as well. Alright, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you got this far in the video. I will go back and update all of the other descriptions, but the in this video's description there will be a link to where you can download this version and the original version, and there will also be a link to the video that explained to me how 3D text worked, which was super duper helpful, and I would highly recommend going and watching it. It doesn't explain the dash col trick, because that's not what the guy was using text for, but all you need to do, make sure it's a mesh, make sure it has dash col at the end, and it'll work.